Hi, thanks for joining us for another edition of Live Feed. Today I'm talking with Nathan Wolosiewicz, and we're discussing purity in men. Recently, there was a survey done by the Barna Group that stated, which is amazing to me, 28% of born-again Christians struggle one way or another with pornography. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, it's when I look at that, it's unfortunately not shocking to me because I'm one of those statistics, unfortunately. I consider myself a normal guy. I've been going to church for my whole life. Been married for 7.5 years to a beautiful wife, and I have 3 beautiful children. I've been in the finance profession for about 7 years as well. I consider myself to be fairly successful there, but I let down my guard. And I know things that I'm susceptible to, and one of those main things is pornography. I got into this, and I just couldn't get out, and I just didn't know where to get any help.
What kind of havoc did this cause in your life, Nathan?
A ton, a ton. Because what happened is I started to live the life of the father, the husband, the guy who goes to church, and then I had the other life, which was mired in the addiction of pornography. And what this did was it caused me to draw away from my wife. It affected our relationship. It caused me to, my relationship with my children and the ability to be a good father as well. I started to harbor anger inside because I knew what I was doing. But most importantly, I was drawing away from God. And that's the thing that really started to bring me down.
So, Nathan, why didn't you just wake up one day and say, I quit, I'm not going to do this anymore?
Well, when you are someone like me, or for that matter, someone who is in the life of or partaking in pornography, it's a very alluring and addictive thing, especially for men. And for me, I was starting to believe the lie that I was telling myself, that I can get out of this any time that I want to. I can exit when I want to, I just don't want to right now. And I continued to fall deeper and deeper and deeper until it just grabbed me, and there was no way that I could do it. But I just didn't know where to go from there.
So that begs the question, Nathan, how did you break free? How did it finally happen?
Well, the Lord was, he was certainly working in my life for quite a while, and I knew that he was saying, get out of this now, this is destroying you, and I just couldn't do it. So finally he exposed the sin, unfortunately, to the person that I was hurting the most in my life, which was my wife. And that's where everything started to happen for me. And once the sin was exposed, it was freeing. It was difficult because I had to look people in the eye in my life that I was hurting. It's consequences that I didn't want to face, but the reality is that it allowed me to experience freedom in my life that I've never experienced before. That's how I broke free, is God just basically exposed my sin.
Yeah, so I know, and the reason why we're here today is because you now have a passion to help other men in the same predicament. Is that correct?
I do. Because I've experienced the life of living in the dark and alone, and partaking in the sin that is so alluring, but you want to get out, but you can't. Living that lie destroys people, and I've seen it happen to me, and I've seen it happen to other men in my life. And the stuff that I've experienced is, being redeemed from that sin and coming out of it, an experience of freedom in Christ, and how my relationships with my wife has just thrived, and my kids have thrived. My relationship with my Lord has just thrived as well. I want other men to experience this, and I want people to know that this is a completely confidential thing. You can talk to me, someone who understands what you're going through, someone who understands the addiction and the allure of this, and it's completely confidential, and it's something that I want to make sure that the men of Bridgewood have, so we can start the process of being freed from the bondage of pornography.
I appreciate you, Nathan, for this. And I want the audience to know that you can email at the address at the bottom of your screen right now and touch base with Nathan. Start opening up a dialogue and getting this thing solved so that you don't have to struggle with this anymore. Thanks, Nathan. And thanks for joining us on another edition of Live Feed.